It's almost springtime here in Southern California, January 27, right about the early part of the end of winter here. It's been raining a lot. We had a pretty decent rainy season. I say raining a lot. It's Southern California. We are in the midst of a drought these past few years. But here we are with our moringa trees. It's been about 3 months, 2 or 3 months, and I've stopped cutting them and stopped pulling from them in order to allow them to survive the cold months in the winter. Again, it's still January. We probably suspect that throughout January and February we'll still have some cold evenings, but it's not going to get below freezing, so these trees should be okay. And I can already see that right now the trees are starting to shoot out some new growth. You can see right in here that the trees are starting to sprout up some new growth. You can see all up in here. And this is great. The timing is good. And you can even see it over in this tree up here. So it's shooting out some new growth. That means that it's ready. It's ready to start growing. It's ready to start coming again. The dormancy period is past. And for most trees in this area, especially citrus, avocado, those type of trees, you see that the pruning season is right in January, February, and March. So anywhere in that time frame, you're probably going to be pretty good to prune your trees. So what I'm going to do for these moringa trees, because I really liked what happened last year. Again, they're less than a year old. I let this one grow all the way up to here and then cut it back more than 2/3. This one I only cut 1/3, and you can see that it has less offspring, or less, and you can see that it has less stems, whereas this one has still a lot of stems. So I'm very happy with the way this one is doing, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut all these trees way back. This one has the thickest base of all, but I'm going to cut them all way back. This one right here, I'm going to cut right about here and leave only 3. That one back there in the back, who's just surviving, I'm just going to cut him back to the double edge over there. And then this one, who's shot out a bunch of different branches that we can use, I'm going to go ahead and knock it way back right about here. So we'll end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from this tree. So my trusty tools have my shears. And the only thing else that I've included is some bleach to help disinfect these shears, to make sure I'm not spreading any diseases from any other trees that I've used these on. The way I've been recommended to use this bleach is to do 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. So I just got regular liquid bleach and just put 1 part bleach and then 10 parts water. And then I just soak the shears in there. Make sure they get a nice soaking. And then I'll dry them off with some sort of wipe before I do my cutting. Might have to use a bigger cutter for that one. I'll save it till a little later. Let's get the smaller branches. So the damage has been done. You can see these are now dropped way back. This one is still at the same height. And I'll drop these all the way back.